Hello everybody, this is the Scarlet Troll, and I'll level with you. I really wasn't planning to make this review originally. I figured, podcast is ending, trying a new format, I'd pace myself, see how long it takes me to make one of these before I started trying to get out multiple in a week. And then I saw Hunting Matthew Nichols. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I kinda had to make a review, or at least it felt like I did, because this film, which finally got a wide release this weekend after screening at Canadian film festivals in late 2024, has put me in a really weird position where I think more people should see it, but I kinda hate it. And I don't mean in the sense of, oh, this has really distressing content, or, oh, this left me emotionally devastated and I don't know that I'm ever gonna watch it again. No. I'm just not fucking with this one. Let me explain. The movie's framed as a documentary, directed in-universe by Martin Tarasuk, the real-life writer-director of this movie, and spearheaded by Tara Nichols, the younger sister of the titular Matthew, who's still looking for answers after he and his brother Jordan Reimer went missing one Halloween night over 20 years ago. Despite the town's best efforts, no conclusion regarding the boy's fate was ever reached. But Tara continues to dig, convinced that there has to be more at play. And as she gradually uncovers hidden details regarding Matthew's disappearance, she slowly starts to break down under the weight of her own grief, anger, and desperation. As a suspenseful drama film, it's pretty damn good, if a little frustrating to watch Tara, played by Miranda McDougal, slowly spiral as a result of the investigation. Martin Tarasuk said that he views this movie as a satire of Netflix true crime documentaries to a degree, and I'm not really sure I agree with that because I don't know that I believe that something can be partially satirical. You're either trying to make an ironic point about the subgenre, or you're not. And personally, I don't know what that point could be, although it does mesh well with my own frustrations watching Tara fly off the handle at the slightest incongruity regarding this over 20-year-old case, but knowing all the while that the movie is ultimately going to back her up and pan out that, yeah, what she thinks is correct, then there is something more at play here. Because, well, to rip the band-aid off, this isn't just a suspenseful docudrama. It's a horror movie. Now, that wasn't a surprise to me going in, but for somebody going in who hasn't necessarily seen the trailer or any of the marketing, I think that could come across as a genuine swerve. The movie dedicates the bulk of its runtime to this documentary format, and while there are hints of something supernatural, it's missing any actual scares to push it into genuine horror territory. At least until the last 10-15 minutes, at which point it goes balls to the walls in a sequence that doesn't feel out of place so much as entirely too late for a movie that's only an hour and a half. Tarasuk's also said that this movie was inspired by the Blair Witch Project and The Ring, and while I can definitely see that at play here, I think it's got a lot more in common with a movie like Lake Mungo. If it had stuck with that more subtle horror and kept everything ambiguous, this could have been a pretty gripping film about the lengths we'll go to get closure, even as it becomes increasingly clear that said closure ultimately won't bring us peace. Instead, what we get is a pretty damn good short film, crowbarred into an intolerably long prologue featuring a stupendously stupid protagonist. There's a phrase that I'm pretty sure isn't new, but I feel like I've been seeing a lot more floating around, and that's that it's unreasonable to assume that a character knows what genre they're in. That's true, and I've definitely been trying to keep that more in mind as I engage with movies. But I feel like an exception can be made for Tara Nichols, who, as we come to find out, kind of wants to be in a horror movie, yet, especially near the end, routinely behaves in ways that would get any horror movie protagonist swiftly and brutally killed. To be clear, none of this is meant as a dig at Miranda McDougal, who delivers exactly the kind of character that Tara is meant to be with her performance, or at Martin Tarasuk, who, for a first-time feature director, does a really great job handling triple duties of writing, directing, and acting. Both parts of this movie are very well made, but because of the imbalance of time dedicated to each part, Hunting Matthew Nichols falls into an unfortunate space where its disparate parts can neither mesh together nor make something even better for the contrast between them. This is a movie that's got me kind of rethinking my trying to be funny tier list names because, again, I do think other people should go see and support this movie. Even though I'm also putting it in don't pay money to see this, not because I think it doesn't deserve money, but unlike the slightly higher tier of one of the most movies of all time, I am struggling to conceive of a situation where I'd ever feel the need to watch this again. Anyways, if you're still here, thanks so much for watching, and if you saw Hunting Matthew Nichols, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. I genuinely would like to see more opinions on this film. And even if you haven't, if you could like, subscribe, share the video around, I would really appreciate it. Thanks again, and I'll catch you all next time.